Gunfire Reborn. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. Gunfire Reborn is an adventure level-based game featuring first-person shooter, roguelite and RPG. Players can control heroes with various abilities to experience diverse build gameplay, use randomly dropped weapons to explore random levels. This game can be played single-player or up to 4 people in co-op. Before we get into the actual, let's look at the actual. Not a great deal of graphic settings, but hey, I tell you what, it goes up to some stonking resolutions, guys. It really does. I've obviously got it all set with VSync and 60 frames a second and 1080p, purely for editing purposes. Makes it easier when I'm rendering. It looks like Borderlands kind of, Overwatch kind of graphics. Really nice graphics. Certainly a lot better graphics than you would expect when you think the game's only £10, guys. But how does it play? Well, for me, guys, you've got 3 different types of developers. You've got the sellout, brown-nosing arse faces who are only in it for the money, who get gobbled up by the big publishers and then just sit there soulless and passionless making shit games for the rest of their lives. You've then got the arse faces who sit in the bedroom pretending they're game developers when they're not. They don't know what they're doing. They make a shite game on Steam. Nobody buys it because it's awful. You've got them lot. And then you've got really good, passionate game developers. They know how to make a good game. And guys, these people are really good, passionate game developers. This is the best first-person shooter I've played this year. And it's still in early access. There's 2 types of heroes in the game so far, but it is early access and there are more coming. You've got this little pussy, cat, that thinks it's something from the Three Musketeers, and you've got a dog, guys. The difference between the 2 is the dog can dual wield, that's his special ability, only for a few seconds, and the cat throws this kind of stun grenade, this orb that can inflict elemental damage and stuff like that. You both get hand grenades that you can throw. The cat has like a poisonous damage over time one, the dog has an instant boom hand grenade. The dog has slightly more hit points than the cat as well, but it has slightly less shield, so I guess it is a bit more tankier. Now, the weapons in this game are numerous. There's loads of different types of weapons. They're all based on the usual stuff like SMGs, shotguns, sniper rifles, assault rifles, rocket launchers, and the usual stuff. And the thing is, the guns are randomly dropped from everywhere. They're randomly sold by the vendors that you'll come across, which I'll talk about in a minute. It's all kind of random as to what guns you're going to get when in the game. And that makes it very, very interesting because you don't know what you're going to get. Now, you can drop what you've got and pick up other stuff, and you can also upgrade all the weapons at a blacksmith that you find randomly scattered around the levels as well. It costs money. There's money in it's all in game, guys. There's no microtransactions or anything like that. You get money for killing things. It's as simple as that. Like I say, there's the blacksmith. There's also a peddler there, your 2 shops. The peddler can sell you guns, but again, what he has for sale is random. He can also sell you a little bit of health, a little bit of ammo, and stuff like that. So it's important that you save your money for the right thing that you want. Now, the weapons all fire different types of shit. They have little status effects. There's 3 different ones in the game. There's fire, there's like lightning or shock, and decay. Now, decay pretty much is poison. It's just like this poisonous weapons. It also slows people down as well. Fire is like what you would expect from fire. It does damage over time, puts a dot on it. And shock, which is really good for taking down shields, is the blue shit. And that can jump from enemy to enemy as well. That's pretty good. Now, when an enemy is under the effect of a status effect, an elemental effect, if you fire a different element at that same enemy, it can cause all kinds of things to happen, from them starting to turn on their own kind and attack each other. There's all different kinds of stuff. That's why playing as a team, it's essential that you kind of decide who's going to go fire, who's going to go poison, who's going to go shock, and because then you can do some amazing damage and do some amazing DPS on the enemies. And that's, I think, what the developer was hoping that people would do. Now, as a dual wielder with the dog, you can set away some of these yourself as well, so you can still do this in solo. I've played through the game a lot in solo. I haven't finished the game at all in solo or co-op. It is brutally hard, guys, and it needs multiple runs to build up your perk system, which I'll come to in a second. But let's just talk a little bit about the gameplay still with the weapons and the enemies. The guns all feel good. The gunplay is tight. It's really, really fun. The aiming is absolutely spot on. There's no dodgy hitboxes. I have found a couple of slight hitbox problems with one of the bosses, but nothing really bad. Everything else it's one of the best first-person shooters. It's so slick, so responsive, brilliant with a keyboard and mouse. Absolutely brilliant. And like I say, the weapons are really good. The sounds are a bit off on some of them, but the way the different weapons perform is fantastic. You also get the grenades that I mentioned at the beginning, which are essential as well as you're going around stunning people or just putting poison traps down and things like that. Now, the AI is good. It uses barricades. It dodges, it somersaults out the way, they are hard to hit at times, and they will hit you with all manner of bloody stuff. There's loads of different types of enemies and different types of weapons that they will use against you, from huge AoEs, little tiny AoEs, poisonous gases. Some just charge at you, some have shields, some have armor. There's different bosses in this. There's 3 different biomes, 3 different bosses, and the boss fights are pretty good as well. The first boss I've taken down quite a few times, but you have to be spot on with your timing of your dodge. You have this like dash move that you can just move out of the way, because you know a lot of games have that now. I do like the dash move. I loved it in Rage 2. It's kind of like something that I never thought I would like, but I really do like dashes now in first-person shooters. So long may it continue, and you get one in this, and it's really good. Now, when you die in this game, you can spend soul essence, which is a currency. It's the most important currency in the game. You'll pick it up. You don't get much of it, but you'll pick it up as you go through the game, and you can spend a bit of that to revive yourself, or one of your teammates can get you up. But once you've exhausted that, you're out of the game until they kill the boss, and then you will automatically be revived at the next stage. The problem is the game scales to the amount of people playing. So if there's 4 of you playing and one of you dies, the game is still scaled to 4 players. So the 3 of you are going to have your work cut out to take that boss down. But worse than that, guys, is if you're in a group, say on a group of randoms on a public sort of matchmaking, and one of them leaves halfway through the game, you're screwed, because, well, you're not screwed, but you're really up against it, because, like I say, the game is scaled to all the amount of people playing. And I don't think that's a good thing. I think that the game should, if somebody leaves, it should scale back down to how many people are in there once you've killed the next enemy. I think that's the way it should work. I don't mind it when you're in a team and one of you dies. That's a different ball game. You can actually buy the guy back from a shop as well. If you find a peddler, you can buy the guy back who's died, and if you've got enough money, that is, and if you like him. But if someone leaves, it should definitely scale back. That needs to be implemented. So when it's all over, and whether you've beat the game or whether you've probably not beaten the game, because it is hard, you will get to spend whatever soul essence you have. And these are your perks. And this is the roguelite element, because these will always persist through games. If you log out the game and log back, your perks remain. And the perk tree is huge. I mean, you can change everything from your hit points, your shield points, the damage taken to damage dealt. You can even manipulate the RNG for what's going to drop. And each weapon has inscriptions on it as well, which are like procs. You know what a proc is? It's like a weapon may do a certain thing. When you fire it, that's like a proc. There's lots of them on your weapons, and you can influence whether they're going to be good ones or bad ones just by the actual perk system, which is great. You can also, if you don't spend all of your soul essence, you can carry it over to the next game, which is great, but you have to unlock a perk to be able to do that as well. And another thing that's really good is you have these chests in the game. It's not like a loot crate. There's no microtransactions in this at all. These chests are just great because there's different types of chests. Some of them will allow you to gamble in-game currency or health to get a chance of a good scroll. There's loads of scrolls that will affect everything in the game. They affect your weapons, the damage, even some that will give you health when you pick up copper that the enemy drop when you kill them. There's everything that can be manipulated in this game is through these scrolls. So you want to be picking up these scrolls whenever you see them. And after every level in the game, you will get the option to get a scroll. Choose one of 3. The scrolls also stack as well, which is great because you'll get like a level 1 of the scroll, a level 2, and then maybe a level 3 of that same type of scroll, which obviously makes them more and more powerful. So the longer you stay alive, the more powerful you get in this game, which is really a nice touch because that's what gives you that addiction to the game. That's why you want to keep playing it. It's one of them games when I switch my PC on in the morning. It's like, I'm just going to have a quick run through Gunfire, see how far I can get. You know, it's that type of game. It's fantastic to play. Really good fun, guys. And this is why I review early access games, because you might have to review 10, 20 before you'll come across something as good as this. But when you do find something like this, it's a joy to play. early access, guys, £10. Great fun with your friends, and it's only going to get better. It's getting more heroes, more bosses, more zones, and hopefully more weapons and some better sounding weapons. It's definitely worth a buy. I can't wait to see where this is going, guys. Certainly my favourite shooter so far this year. So there you go, guys. Gunfire Reborn. Definitely worth a buy. I wasn't given a key for this, sadly. I had asked, that's why my review's a bit late. It's been out a couple of weeks. The developer wouldn't give us a key, but hey, I bought it. It's only a tenner, and really enjoyed it. Oh, I fell. How do you get back up?
You gotta go all the way back.
Oh man. Okay, well we'll wait. It's fine.
Oh, I fell again.
It's alright, I'm recording it for me, WAP, it's fine. Just...
No.
That's perfect. I'm so happy. Thank you.
I don't need to be in your web.
Just keep failing,
Yeah,
it's
if I'm
all
in your
good.
web, I hate your channel.
I